Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have fun playing Magic. And today we're diving into the combo. I know it's been done. I'm diving in a little bit late with this, but it's just a sweet combo. Bloodletter of Aclazotz. If an opponent would lose life during your turn, they lose twice that much life instead. Combos off with Rush of Dread. For 3 mana plus the +2 spree at the bottom, target opponent loses half their life rounded up. And so if we pay 5 mana the turn after we play out the Bloodletter of Aclazotz, whatever this one, then we kill them immediately no matter what their life total is. It is really cool. Of course, there are tons of ways that people are protecting themselves against this. This has to sit out in the battlefield for one whole turn to really make it work, or we have to get up to 9 mana, which is pretty difficult for the type of deck that we're playing here. I'm trying to play a version of the deck that is more just, it makes Bloodletter of Aclazotz a good card regardless of whether or not we have Rush of Dread. I'm hoping to draw into it. We have Gix to draw us cards, and we also have Tenacious Underdog, but we don't have a ton of card draw besides that. That really is our main source of card draw. Everything else, I guess we could also dig for it with Takenuma as well, for the Bloodletter at least. But the rest of it is just trying to play a typical mono black deck. I actually think is decently strong in the format right now. I think that Deep-Cavern Bats, of course, are just super powerful. A lot of people are playing a lot of spot removal for the Boros decks. I think the Bat is really good against a lot of like the mono red decks, of course, as well, being able to take away some of the spells so they can't power up the buff creatures. I'm going to remember all these names eventually. I just haven't been playing quite enough. I will get back to where I know all of these names at least by the next set. And then of course we just have some good stuff in the early game to kind of just keep pressure going. We're okay with Tenacious Underdog dying, be able to swing in later on and get us some card draw. Trying to try out Vadmir New Blood, only playing one copy of this, partly because when you play one copy you see it more, and so we're gonna try and see if that works out for us this time. If we get this card here and there, just kind of try it out. Anytime that you commit a crime, you get to put a counter onto it. This ability only triggers once each turn. As long as it has 4 or more counters on it, it has excuse me, as Menace and Lifelink. Honestly, I think this would be a pretty decent deck in like a kind of a counters matter type of deck with like green black, which honestly green black counters might be pretty interesting. The issue is that temporary lockdown is being played by lots of decks right now, and anything that's 2-drop isn't as good. That's why I like these 2-drops, but I'm trying to have a deck that has a little bit more solidity in the like 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop slot. Of course, Virtue of Persistence. We still want to have an early game, and so that's why we have enough creatures, but mostly early game cards go for the throat, cut down, and of course one Shoot the Sheriff. I play tested this earlier, and I like Shoot the Sheriff. There are a few cards that it doesn't hit in the format that are really important that I still think Go for the Throat is good for. And so I've been debating if I should be going up one more copy of this, like go to 3, Go for the Throat, and one of this. But I think with Virtue of Persistence as well, I'd almost rather have an extra copy of this. And so right now I'm kind of going down one Virtue of Persistence for the Shoot the Sheriff, and we'll see how it works out as we go along. And that's the deck. 25 lands to make sure that we can at least be hitting our 4-drop slot really consistently. We're probably 1 land short to be hitting the 5-drop very consistently, and I'm okay with that. I'm hoping we're going to draw and like be able to kind of set up to where I'm playing Bloodletter actually on maybe turn 5 after we kind of protect ourselves and reset. That's typically what I'm finding is the right time to be playing out this. We kind of emptied their hand a little bit more and then go for Rush of Dread maybe turn 6 when we hit our lands. I was debating on building this out with like more discard as well. Honestly, I think that would be a really powerful way to go about this. Potentially, I just don't think it does well against mono red, but I think that there is a version of the deck that is just like straight up hardcore discard, and then just kind of make sure you have enough card draw that you can hit your combo. But if you keep them off of cards, then they won't be able to react to the combo. And I think this combo is strong enough that it just straight up wins. The hard part is the really fast decks when you're on the play and you can't get them to discard fast enough. And so that's why we're playing this version, and let's see how it goes. Wish me luck. Let's dive into the gameplay. Well, we got our lands this time. Underdog into Gix isn't bad when we're on the play. Into Sheoldred, like honestly, decent. Depends on what we're up against. But at least we can trade off well with Tenacious Underdog and then hopefully get a blocker if it's mono red. Depends on how much removal they have, of course. But getting to 3 toughness does kind of force them to have the right cards. And then, of course, this. And we're up against blue-white anyway. Decent hand against them as well, especially on the play. Pass the turn. I'm hoping they have a handful of like temporary lockdowns and such. Probably no more lies. I am going to go ahead and go for this. The upside is too good for us not to try for it. Let's see if they got the no more lies. I also am fine getting some counters out of their hand before we go for our combo. All right, turns it into White Ox. Not the worst. Of course, that gets rid... If they have temporary lockdown now, it's a problem. Slamming the Sheoldred right afterwards isn't bad. Ooh, double Sheoldred does make it pretty good. No permanence. Let's just swing in, get in for a 5. We have a decent clock already. I'm not sure if I put Sheoldred out in the battlefield here. If they have temporary lockdown, it's good. They didn't hit... they don't have mana for board wipe yet. I'm guessing this gets countered. And so I could try to slam it after they play something else. They have the new counter spell for 3 mana, which I'm guessing this is. They could go for card draw instead. And we already have a decent clock. Having 2 in hand makes me want to just go for this. If it gets countered, I get the counter out of the hand. It's not amazing. It gets exiled, which is an issue with our Virtue Persistence. Yeah, No More Lies does exile, which is annoying. There's temporary lockdown. Okay, and this is kind of what I was setting up. I was hoping that they would feel like they could go for this, knowing that Sheoldred was gone, and I'm hoping I can now just slam Sheoldred. If they do have the board wipe, they might hit it for just Sheoldred, and then I can hopefully get in with a few creatures on the next turn. Ooh, let's see, what do they have? 4 cards. Haven't seen any kind of card draw yet. Likely Sunfall, March. Okay. March is annoying. They get rid of more removal. There is a certain aspect of just going for the Blitz version of this, but honestly, I'm not sure how that works. Do they have anything permanent wise that I could even go for? I would hate to get locked down on this again. Honestly, I am going to go for the Blitz version on this. I want the card draw. I'd love to hit a land drop here. I'd love to hit my combo pieces. I'd love to be able to kind of stay in this game. That's not a great draw, but this way we can at least kind of be in it a little bit. All right. And this makes me go for it again because now we can still play Tinybones. So we're going to go Tenacious Underdog, take the damage. I'm fine with that. Won't matter as much unless they're playing the Sphinx, which is possible. Wash away. Wasn't cast from my hand. Okay, stays in the graveyard though. Tinybones. Doesn't do a whole lot here, but it does get, like, it will trade off at least with the Reckless Anchorage if they try to block there. Lockdown just for the 1. Interesting. All right, that feels pretty desperate to me. We're getting to the point where we can just slam this Persistence as well, so I'm going to keep the pressure up. I want the card draw. I need to be getting card advantage here. And I need them to not exile this in any way. This has been kind of brutal for how little I really have... little damage I've been drawing. I have a lot of interaction, which I also like. Okay, we get to go for Persistence potentially. I don't have a ton of great stuff in the graveyard. It's just Gix. So, like, honestly, I'm not really excited to be going for that. If I get to steal one of their Sphinxes, it would be cool. Rush of Dread. If I get them down to 2, like if they... So, like, I have the ability to go for the Throat, the Anchorage, after they bring it up or cut down. So I think that we just go Tenacious Underdog, and then if they're at 2, this is rounded up. So... Wait, I think it would still just be 1 then. All right, so I'm guessing it's the Anchorage. Let's see if they have anything else. The Exiles will cut it down. Is this Exile? It does. All right, so we'll go cut down. If they want to try to go for something else here, I'm fine getting rid of the go for Throat to get the card draw. Yeah, we need the card draw. We need this in the graveyard. Ooh, and a bat off the top. Ooh, that was good. And no more lies. All right. What are the last cards in hand? They're giving me an Ox there to keep a Sphinx. Okay. And I am... they are able to slam it here and keep the hexproof, which is good. Rush of Dread does get it off the board. I'm curious if they go for slamming it here, because then it'll maintain the hexproof. Honestly, I don't see how they block otherwise. What's the toughness on this? It's 3. Okay, so Tenacious Underdog gets through. I didn't get a... Yeah, I don't know what this last card is. For how much mana? Let's take a peek at this. Oh, I forgot to change my camera to the other slot. I'll move that later, okay. But target opponent sacrifices half the creatures they control, rounded up. Target opponent discards half their cards, rounded up. Half their hand. Loses life. And so I could get 2 life here and then swing in. Now it's... We need to get around this anchorage, and so we're going to go for that. So we'll go down to 10. This does give him a 2-turn clock here. When they play it out, I have a chance to hit go for the throat. And so I'm thinking that their play is just that. Okay, so they have... What is this? They can gain 2 life and scry 2. That's what I'm guessing. That's what they do. We're gonna kill it right away. Yeah. Definitely don't. I want to keep the Ox. The Ox is awesome here. Bring him down to 1, and that means Rush for the Dread is lethal. Keeps 1 on top. And opponent scoops. Okay. Dude, the card draw from Tenacious Underdog, so good against this matchup. And I think that was the right play, because they had the temporary lockdown. So the right play was to blitz him in the first play. I haven't played Mono Black enough for that. That worked out well. All right, I don't think we can drop a hand that has removal and the combo with 4 lands. So we're going to keep this, and we're just hoping opponent has no interaction and that Shoot the Sheriff is all that we need. This is going to happen. It's going to be the dream. We don't have to worry about it. We're playing in silver still as well, by the way. I haven't had a chance to rank up quite enough. I'm also trying to out a bunch of like silly decks, so I'm really not winning a whole lot, even in silver, because of how silly some of the decks I'm trying to build are. There's the Calamitous Horse, or like, I can't remember the name of it. It's the one that saddles up and you create 2 extra copies of a creature. And I want to do it with Bloodletter of Aclazotz and Terror of the Peaks. That might be the next video. We'll see how it goes. All right. This feels like a deck that might have removal. It does say Dragon out there, and they are stopping on 2 lands. They wouldn't keep this hand without, like, removal, right? As annoying as it is, I'm still slamming Aclazotz. They didn't have removal? We might just win here? I mean, I'm gonna take it. If we get to win, life's good. All right, there you go. All right, so here's the combo, and they're saying good game because they know we got it. Yep, we do. 5 mana. There you go. Auto pay. Good game. There we go. We can play Magic. That is how you rank up. Is just get the nut draw and have the opponent do nothing. Magic's easy. Only 2 lands. We have 2 removal spells, and we're on the play. 2 lands is a little bit light, but like I said, I'm not terribly worried about like making sure I curve out with this deck. I feel like I would love to have that, but I just don't trust the process to make it happen, even if I was trying the best in my abilities. All right, we do have a lot of our ways to target are based off of targeting creatures, and so this is where this isn't as good. Unless we were playing like the discard deck, I would see this as being a pretty good card in a discard deck where we can target the opponent way more often. Oh, no land. And 2 of our 3 Sheoldreds, I believe. Huzzah. Oh boy, oh boy. Folks, we struggling. All right, we're just going to hit lands from every turn from here on out, and so then it's easy. There's one. Easy. Swing in. They're gonna flash something in. We're gonna have the removal. Doesn't even matter because we don't really care about life total because we're just gonna combo. And we already got it here. Faithful Mending. Doesn't matter. Your life total doesn't matter. You grabbing counter spells though might matter. All right, Faithful Mending. I think this is the combo deck then, actually, which actually, as long as we hold up, I think Cut Down, we win on this one. They go grab the combo piece, and I don't think that they can win if I kill the combo piece here. So they find Rakdos joins up. They have to have one other piece, and then they reanimate Rakdos joins up. And so as long as we keep one mana open, I think the rest of this one we win. I can kill this maybe. I could kill it now. No, I need to keep that up. Okay, so they have the combo next turn, right? Sunset Revelry. They're still digging, it looks like. They're trying to draw. Pass them my turn. Yeah, I need instant speed removal, so we're gonna pass. Wait, does this get graveyards? It does not. Okay, so yeah, all I have is Cut Down, so I'm gonna throw out the Underdog. We're gonna swing in just to see if they let us through. I'm not worried about holding back. And I'm trying to make it seem like we are as, you know, empty-handed as possible. Like there's no interaction we have. Please just go for it. Still looking for the last piece where you can reanimate the Rakdos joins up. Faithful Mending. Yep. They're digging. This is a good deck. Honestly, this is another one I want to do at some point. I really like the setup they have for it. It's solid, and and I'm sure they have like protection for the spells too. Do they have? They probably only need to run like temporal. What's the one? Temporary Lockdown does hit these cards. I wonder how much they care about that. They mill 4 cards here. Exile target instant or sorcery. Sorry, it's right here as well. All right. Nothing from their hand. Surprised they didn't read ahead there. Why wouldn't they? I guess they probably don't want to mill until they have a chance to draw one more. Oh. Okay, if I hit a land off of a draw here, which I like really need to hit a land, then I can still hold up Cut Down. Like this is really risky, but this is like, okay, they're going to combo off eventually, and they're going to have enough mana for protection if I'm not careful. So I think that I need to hit land off of this. Or else I'm basically just out of the game. I'm not just going to sit back and do nothing for forever. Although, like I said, that's literally... Okay, yeah, and so I lose, probably. All right. Yeah, I got too greedy. They mill 4 here. I'm hoping that they mill over the cards now, and they have to wait for one of these to get to their last level, whatever, so they can actually exile target instant sorcery and then copy it. It just says you may cast the copy, and so they still have to have the mana for it, so they can't just like play one out, read ahead, and do it unless they had 6 mana, right? They still don't have the combo spell. We'll see. Not hitting lands here. I have 25 lands in the deck, and so it's not an amazing amount, but still, I should definitely have some by this point. Ah, they got it. Okay, so that's game. Good game. All right, so they bring out Rakdos joins up. They bring out the Hulk. So I could kill this right now. They would bring out a 9/9, which would be able to stick on the battlefield, and they could bring back another creature. I think they can bring back because they have 2 copies, it probably would have just continued on despite me not being able to copy. But because if I kill this in response to them targeting the thing in the graveyard, it wouldn't be able to target the Rakdos joins up as it entered, I believe. And so I think that that's how you stop this combo before it goes off. And we're gonna go ahead and just okay, it's gone. And so I got greedy there. I was thought for sure that I was gonna hit a land. And there is a certain level of like, okay, I can't just wait around for them to do it again and again. Yeah, oh, it's okay. They were showing signs that they didn't have it yet, but whatever. All right, 1 combo piece here, and we have Gix. Gix isn't as good without early cards, but I'm hoping we top deck a bat, and then life will be fantastic. Let's see, if we're up against the skeleton deck, we're in a little bit of trouble, because I believe those are outlaws. Cut down should be at least decent, though. All right, not skeletons, I don't think. I love this kind of time, like when it's still a little bit early, the format. We don't really know what everyone's playing just yet. We will go ahead and kill this now. Yeah, they can get it back next turn if they want to, but that takes up their turn. Lets us slow the game down a little bit, get to our combo, hopefully. Here's the combo pieces. All right. Please spend your removal on Gix, and then I can keep Bloodletter out. That's the dream. Mosswood Dread Knight. Holding up 2 mana. They're definitely willing to trade this off. I'm wondering if I hold off for a little bit or just go for it right away. Because I could like shoot the sheriff, swing in, and see if they use removal against this now. And that gives us a chance at least getting some more card draw, getting some more action. It's not a bad play in general. So we'll do it. They can play it again next turn, get more card draw. So will we. Here's the removal. Go for the throat. Hard part is that they are drawing more cards, so they're going to have more removals soon. I'm hoping it's a handful of cut downs, though. Or even Virtue of Persistent, or whatever, yeah. The Virtue. They go for the card draw here. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. We're just gonna go for it. Slam it now. Hope and pray. We got 1 removal out. We shall see. Swings in. We should block. No blocks. Take it. Yeah, what are their options here? I'm really not sure. Tenacious Underdog. They're not playing like they have removal. So that's game. Like, honestly, I'm kind of surprised how well this worked. Like, we definitely have to do that where we are being careful there. Okay, they lose... and we have the 1 extra, so we're going to do it anyway. We're going to make him lose half their creatures first, which is kind of rude, actually. I shouldn't have done that. That was mean. I guess they technically could have some sort of removal, but yeah, so they have to sacrifice half their creatures, round it up, and then they lose the game. I messed up. I shouldn't have made them sacrifice their creatures first. But... also, yeah. Up against Fawik, and decent hand. Let's see what we're up against, though. Oh, okay. Are we fast enough against this deck right now? They are going to fill the graveyard a little bit, which could be good with Tinybones. It's a good top deck. I haven't played this against this deck enough to know what their interaction pieces are. Nothing that we can take, right? We can't take lands, I don't believe. I think it's non-land permanent from the graveyard. All right, getting for the hits. Combo is kind of what we're shooting for here and hoping they don't have any counter spells. Kellen gets an extra land drop. They have hit a lot of those already. And we don't have any removal for the amalgam thing. Ooh, that's helpful. Swing in. All right, now we have to hit the best possible piece here and hope they don't have redundancy. Memory Deluge is annoying. Ill-Time Explosion, do we really care about It's the 2 cards that they draw is annoying. They do have the land for the Memory Deluge. I mean, yeah, they have double. It is what they would play on the next turn, I'm pretty sure. This way we can at least keep pressure going. Yeah, they might play out Kellen now. And because of that... Ooh. Do I go for Sheoldred? Or go for the throat, cut Underdog, and just like kind of hope they don't have any answers and we can kind of try to rush them here? They haven't found their pieces. They have to take a turn to play out Memory Deluge, find the piece. They can hit a land to be able to bring stuff back right away, though. Are we fast enough? Or do I go for Bloodletter? I think we got to go for the right play here. And so, yeah, we just go full ham. I can actually steal the Kellen here on the next turn, which I think I'll do to kind of hold on to my good stuff. So we're going to decline this time. Do actually have to have the mana to cast it. I believe if it goes onto an adventure, I believe it goes to their side for the adventure. And I think it's a permanent is the version I have to play. I'm not sure if I get the chance to play the adventure side of Kellen there with Tinybones next turn. All right, Analyst. Okay, and they do have enough to go for the combo here. Yep. Big play. They get a lot of life gain. Yeah, I'm not sure how fast this deck is at this point. 2 Memory Deluges in hand. Lots of life gained, but not an amazing amount. We're also not doing an amazing amount of damage. How good is Kellen? We could take their Analyst as well, which is kind of funny. Because I think they have some ways to get stuff back from the graveyard. Tax Disrupt, 1 target artifact. Not really worthwhile. I wish these actually drew, so then Sheoldred would be better. I think it's Aclazotz. Like, I wasn't thinking about this, but just let's get double damage going. Speed up the clock like crazy. I almost forgot about the other side of Aclazotz just being awesome. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we had 8 damage there at 16, and okay. I know how to play Magic. All right, we got the bat. It's game over. Double Rush is also nice. I actually do like Rush of the Dread for a couple of things. Hold it here. So whenever target opponent sacrifices half the creatures they control rounded up, I'm trying to think. So if they have 3 creatures, we get 2 of them, which can be very relevant. Tinybones. Let's get the bat out there. Their own bat. Make disappears. We can play around. I think Urtai is more annoying. We can kind of go for like Rush of the Dread or kill the bat, but they do get to see what we're playing. Does it just go for the bat and just know that they're going to have this? We'll take it out of there. It's a bit annoying. I think the right play was to get the bat. Steal their bat. They didn't have any plays to remove it, so now they get to pick at our hand. But they might not because of that. So that's kind of what we were hoping for. And now we can get them with the Tinybones. Go ahead and counter it. Dare you. And now we get to hold to go for the throat after they go for the bat. All right, semi-slow start still. If we get their bat into the graveyard, that'd be nice. They may be hesitant to play it out here because the power of being able to have Tinybones on the battlefield. I've been really interested. I haven't seen a lot of people playing Tinybones, and I think it's more powerful than people are giving credit for. The biggest issue is everyone's playing Temporary Lockdown right now. But I think that it's a good card in a lot of other ways. So we do go for this right away. We just kill it so they don't get to steal the card. They get a peek at our hand, but next turn we get to play Gix without worry, get 2 card draw, and we should be well ahead by that point. Stealing the bat might still be the better play, but I think getting Gix on the battlefield first is better. If they want to like counter me playing Tinybones later, I'm fine with that. Yeah, and we need to hit our land drops here. So play out Gix. No cut downs, which is nice. Get some card draw. Yeah, it will decline. Take action. Come on, land. We didn't need more of those. There we go. Pass the turn. Making them discard half their hand is honestly not a bad idea either here. So if we find another land, that could be good. This Urtai is annoying. Oh, yeah, I took the Urtai. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with how things turned out already. Okay, make disappear is annoying. Keeping up 2 mana. Bloodletter. Yeah. We go for the throat here, and they might actually try countering this. This is a little bit weird, but we get a bat out of this. And so, yeah, all day, every day. And a bunch of card draw. Yeah. Take action. So first off, bat. Play it. Auto pay. Yes. Now they might counter the bat. And again, if they're countering their cards and it goes back to their graveyard for me to do it again next turn, okay. I'm happy with that. Bloodletter, how close are we to getting to lethal? So they're 5 damage here. If that's 6, Bloodletter is lethal as well. Take one of them, make disappear. And now we get 3 draws. Dude, I like this setup. Like, if people don't have what they need to do, like, that's just a solid setup right there. Good early game. All right, guys, I actually was expecting this one to not do well because I thought people would have better answers for it. Of course, I am in early rank, and so I'm not up against some of the most competitive decks as consistently here. Oh, wait. You guys get to have the vault real quick. The satisfaction. You're welcome. I'm here for you. All right. So overall with this deck, I actually liked how this played out. Vadmir, not really super useful. I do think that there are decks that this becomes really powerful. Like, I think that if this is like your 3rd creature that you play out on a mono red deck, and so it doesn't get, you know, killed right away, you're able to cut down, go for the throat, kill some stuff with virtue, whatever, kind of along the way. Then I think, and also Tinybones targeting their graveyard. Like, I think that this is a really good card for like the mono red decks, the Boros decks, where being able to get up to a big creature first off is good. Being able to give it menace and lifelink, so it can actually like hit in against some of those creatures if there is kind of a stalemate with Sheoldred on the battlefield, whatever. I actually think that as a one of, it's still worthwhile. I wish we had seen it a bit more, but I was happy with it. We didn't play up against the more aggro decks, and so that's a little bit interesting. But overall, it's a good deck. Like, it won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 games. I'm not sure if that would be consistent. I never got to test it off against a more aggro deck, and so we'll try it out. Let me know how it goes, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.